All right, welcome back to continuing coverage of the UFS World Championship here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Ein, it's good to see you again.
Same as always, Sean.
All righty, so we are getting ready for the grand finals for the UFS Team World Championship. And to remind folks at home, they are playing for the Team Championship belt and the opportunity to be put on their own asset or foundation.
Oh, absolutely, and that is by far the best prize you could ever ask for.
So before we go out to the match, just want to get some updates for folks. In the singles round, Iari playing Turboman did defeat Jeremy playing Mega Man.
And I heard it was very, very in Iari's favor. Very much so. Like, he just steamrolled him.
Well, Turboman is able just to build and attack so fast.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that Mega Man wants a slower tempo.
Exactly. And going first, I mean, sometimes you just got to take it.
All right, let's get into this first match. Let's jump right in.
Yeah.
So we have Team Black Bear Diner featuring Satoshi, Turboman, and Ringman getting ready to face off with Here for the Stuff, Turboman, Sasquatch, and Metalman. Now, my understanding is there is quite a story behind Here for the Stuff.
Here for the Stuff is a group of people who had no team affiliation before the event. They were literally
here for the prize
just
support.
Here for the prize support. So they said, hey, I need a team, I need a team, I need a team. They joined up, and, well, here we are. We're in grand finals.
Well, if things go the way they wanted to, they'll be here for literally all the stuff.
Exactly.
All the prize support,
the stuff. Exactly.
All the boxes, the belts,
the
and
championship,
the card.
Everything.
So the first featured match, we have Satoshi versus Turboman. I expect this match to be incredibly fast.
And, of course, Bryce on Satoshi and Emerson on Turboman.
And, we just talked about Turboman's ability to get a lot of free foundations quickly, to be able to start attacking very, very fast. But Satoshi, we haven't talked about him yet. Let's bring up Satoshi 2 in the card feature here.
Yeah,
and let's talk about his abilities. They're both 7 hand size.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say they're both 7 hand size aggressive characters with 2 aggressive abilities each. And Satoshi, by far, one of my favorite design-wise, in terms of just being able to get in there and do damage. Now,
so Satoshi is a 719. He's got air, fire, and void.
Right.
Once per turn, he gets to play an attack from his hand.
Right.
It's going to get +3 speed.
And it has to be a weapon.
Has to be a weapon. You're right. And then once it's done resolving, you get to discard it and draw another card. So if you're attacking, you're in hand size.
Yeah, exactly. And the best thing about it, too, is that the +3 speed, it's going to be hard to block, especially early on in the game. You can basically get a guaranteed poke-in.
Yeah. There's a card that I'm sure that Bryce is playing called Cannonade.
Yeah.
That's it's a 5 for 7.
Right.
That if it deals, you can grab another copy of Cannonade from your discard pile.
And it doesn't normally become 7. It's for each character you have. So it's normally 5, but of course 7.
It's going to be 7.
Yeah. It doesn't have a block. It's a 2 check, but you run the risk anyway because being able to loop the same card indefinitely for as long as you have copies in your discard pile, that seems pretty strong to me.
And with Satoshi, that first one's always coming in at +3 speed.
Exactly. 8 high.
Okay, so going to game 3. I'm sorry, I got some notes here saying that JC tied and they're going to game 3.
Wow, really? Already?
Which match is that? That is the...
is that the Ringman Metalman? Or is that the Turbo Sasquatch?
That's the Ringman Metalman.
Oh, it is? Okay,
I can't believe they're on to game 3 already. That was lightning fast.
So then...
They're on to game 3, so that's going to decide the third match. Now, for those of you at home not familiar with the way teams work, it's 3 simultaneous games of UFS going on at once.
And you have to win 2 out of 3 as a team.
You have to win 2 out of 3 as a team.
Yeah.
And so if that's decided really quickly, that could decide the whole event. You may lose or win the team championship and never finish a game.
Exactly. You never even know. And that's sort of the strengths around teams is that you can play aggressive characters. You can play slower characters. The issue is how many wins are you going to be able to get as a team, like you said before. That's why you didn't see a lot of Dimitri's doing as well as that you would expect.
No, because Dimitri's a little slower, and a lot of times Dimitri only plays 1 match.
Exactly. Only gets 1 done, and then he stalls you. But in this scenario, they're just going at it. I mean, this is a very aggressive-paced match.
Yeah, so here we have Turbo Man kind of had a small build on his first turn.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas Satoshi, he got 4 foundations out in an asset. However, Turbo Man is able to add a foundation for free as his form to his staging area.
Now, something to note, Bryce is playing the air build and thus has a better staging area than, to block with. For example, his hand right now, I believe, is a Sagaki Offering and an Iron Knuckle, if I'm correct.
Those are both great blocks.
Yeah, +1 mid, or +2 mid, +1 high, is that correct?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Now, I believe I saw, and don't quote me on this, in Emerson's hand, that he had a Petrol Powered. Can we bring up Petrol Powered for the card spotlight? This card is absolutely devastating for people and really good for Turbo Man. So that card says when you play it, if you have 3 or more foundations, you add it to your staging area right away.
Right, exactly.
So it's twofold for Turbo Man. Turbo Man has E-commit. If you committed a foundation, you add to your staging area this turn, +2/+2.
Exactly.
And
now,
then
the thing to note is that Emerson's opting to just build instead. He's going to go ahead and, I guess, check the Scorch Wheel there.
And he's going to have to commit some foundations.
He's going to bring it down to make sure he can actually build some more.
Yep.
But I think he might pass on that. Is that correct?
We'll have to see, unless he's got something that's going to
go
for
He's got 4 in hand.
Difficulty.
I don't know what he's planning on doing here.
My understanding is I just got a word in the second match, Turbo Man versus Sasquatch. They're at even vitality right now.
Really? Oh, wow, that's a high life match too. It's 28-29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, match 2 is Sasquatch and Turbo Man.
Oh, my mistake. I thought you said
so
Middleman.
That means if they're at equal vitality, Sasquatch is taking a fair amount of damage.
Yeah, exactly. So 20-20 on that one. Sass lost 8.
So let's see what Bryce decides to do here. If he has a Cannonade in his hand and one in his discard pile, this could spell bad news for Turbo Man.
Absolutely.
Let's see what he decides to lead with.
Now, he did have 2 attacks before as well, so he does have the Sagaki.
Look at all those orange cards in his hand.
Jeez. Now, the polarizing thing about this, too, is that Turbo Man does, at least off of this life build, I would assume, because he has Spiders and Dragons, he does have the ability to reduce the damage with Athena's Knight, which I believe he's going to do. Yeah.
-3 damage as long as it's gender male.
Exactly. Normally -2.
Right.
And he did already check a Scorch Wheel, which is rather unfortunate for him in this situation. But if you look in his hand, he does have a Transform.
All right, so Emerson is down to 18.
Takes 2.
Yellow Scarf. Can we bring Yellow Scarf up in the featured card area? Because I actually honestly don't remember what that card does.
I believe that card lets you block with any ranged, as if it was a +0 mid.
So after an attacker is discarded from your card pool during the combat phase, draw a card. So you got to 2 up.
Yeah.
And then E-Destroy you can block with a range that's a +0.
It does have a +2 high block as well, which is actually quite nice in this matchup. Willingly knowing that Turbo Man has no asset hate in main board.
I think it looks like we have an Iron Knuckle as the next form from Bryce here.
Right. Which is 5 high 5.
And that gets free stats.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, the block gets sealed.
So if they block with a Templar or any special block, it gets sealed.
Exactly. It won't be able to do any responses on the cards.
Well, and you got to be careful though with the timing because it's after they block. So if they play it as a card, you actually can still ever hopeful because you haven't generated a block effect
yet. It just ships down, and the block is red in the game state as being there.
So look, he just played a Sagaki Offering. Let's bring that up in the card thing. Sagaki Offering has a special ability. Says if you discard a card from your opponent's card pool played as a block,
you get the stats of the block modifier.
So this is coming with +3/+3.
Wow. And on top of that, it has another ability that lets you check for a 4 off the top of your deck to draw 1 card.
Draw a card.
So the card advantage in Satoshi is very, very strong.
He's drawn 3 cards this turn, so he's seen 10 cards.
That's insane.
And he still has 3 ready foundations.
Now, the one thing to note is that the damage on this is at 9. Good God.
Oh, he looks like he checked another Scorch Wheel there.
Yeah, he did. Down to 9 on that life total.
Bryce has a decision to make here. He could try to squeak in there.
Do you think he might have double Sturmwaff in hand?
If he has double Sturmwaff, we might be able to put a fork in this first
It doesn't look like he has it. From what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like it. No,
he's
going to play safe, which makes sense. You don't want to overextend.
Now, he just played Push the Limit, which has a special ability that after it's played, you have to flip one of your foundations.
And not necessarily the worst for Emerson, because he's just going to flip a Petrol Power. But he does, Bryce put a lot of mileage there, but the thing is, cards in hand at the moment is 3? Is that correct?
No, he's got 4.
4 because of the additional off yellow scarf. That's right.
And it looks like one of them is a dodge.
Oh.
Let's bring up dodge. We have not seen dodge yet today.
Amazing in this matchup, I believe.
So dodge is an action card. It's 5 difficulty.
Yeah.
And it says lose X vitality as a response. Before the damage step, you take no damage.
Right.
And you add one of your opponent's foundations from their staging area to their hand.
The thing to note is that dodge actually rounds down
instead of up, like a half block,
which makes it infinitely better than half blocking anyway. So we have a lot of value in Bryce's hand at the moment. We can clearly see that he actually has another yellow scarf in hand.
That's
to
a high
block.
block.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
But that's a pretty good hand.
That's a crazy hand. So, interestingly enough, if he transforms here, he's going to go over the top.
He's going to start with over the top.
Okay.
All right, we got Bryce's hand. He's got dodge with dodge stats.
Yeah.
Yellow scarf with a high block.
He's got 2 high blocks and a dodge.
Yeah.
And I believe that last
one
one
is an iron knuckle and
final betrayal.
Final betrayal.
Yeah.
Final betrayal could cause some problems for Satoshi.
Definitely causes problems.
Because while it's in the card pool, your cards get +1 difficulty.
However, the good thing here is that he does have champion of Muay Thais to not have to worry about blocking his difficulty. But leading over the top Sturmwaff, he guarantees his free build. He gets stats.
We just actually got an update. I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Turbo Man is at 14. Sasquatch is 21. I believe they're on game 2, was reported to me.
Right. Wow.
I don't know who got game 1 though. Hopefully we'll get some updates from the staff here real shortly.
These matches are going by very quickly.
This meta is incredibly aggressive.
Yeah, it is, especially in teams where you can pick your best matchups.
So he just blocked a Sternwaffle. Now Sternwaff is really good because it gets once again it's free stats, +1 for each, +1 speed for each ranged, +1 damage for each weapon, or vice versa.
Vice versa, I can't remember. I think it's weapon for speed, but the other enhance he can't play at the moment, but it does if you have fire, you will get an additional stun 1.
Okay, things are about to go really well here for Turbo Man. He's about to play a Tengu dive.
Oh.
We haven't seen this card yet. Let's bring it up.
He needs 1 to pass, and he passes. Now he gets to respond transform here, bring it down. And we were talking about this last night with William Bryan's deck originally. Being able to play a transform to get a slam from anywhere and then play it comes down, so it adds another card towards the Scorch Wheel combo.
And he's going to get to draw 2 cards because he checked a Scorch Wheel earlier.
He will. So he gets to draw 2 cards here. And on top of that, he looks like he got it. Oh, no, he draws 3.
He checked a 1 earlier.
He did check a 1, yeah.
Now, it's going to be really critical here for Bryce to block this because if he has another... So when Tengu Dive deals damage, it goes to your momentum.
Exactly, immediately.
And if there's another Tengu Dive in his hand, he's going to draw 3 more cards.
Right, exactly.
Now, one thing I didn't notice earlier, look how Emerson's character card's sitting right in the middle of the play area.
Yeah.
Is that intimidation? He's like saying,
I think it's an interesting placement. It is very intimidating, though, because it means your opponent is just very forward. It's like, here, this is what my character does. It's not going to help you. All right. Let's see. We're going to zoom out here in just a second.
Before we do, I just want to note that Bryce did play a dodge that makes sure that Tengu Dive does not deal damage, and he's going to put a face down in his hand.
Exactly. Now we're going to zoom out here and see who won these matches. We're going to zoom in on, I believe, was it game 2? Yeah. And that's going to be William Bryan on Turbo Man
versus
the Sasquatch player.
The Sasquatch player. I'm so sorry. I don't have his. Don't remember his name right now. Bryce. No.
No. William Bryan and.
William Bryan.
Let me find it real quick.
And Benjamin Porter.
Benjamin Porter.
All right. So what happened? Maybe somebody can pipe this into us. What happened at the very end there? Who finished? Who won? Where are we at? Okay. All right, let's go back to game 1 while we get that update here. We're going to zoom back in. Looks like we're playing some foundations for Turbo Man.
Looks like an Athena's Knight came into play and a Surveyor. That would have been critical for Emerson to get that Tengu Dive to hit. But the dodge did come into play.
Yeah, that dodge is going to mess up his plans.
And he checks another Scorch Wheel. He's going to let it fail.
Okay, so update on Game 3. Metal Man just won Game 1, and they're going to proceed on to Game 2. Here we are getting ready for the start of Bryce's next turn. He's drawing up to his hand size.
Interestingly enough, Emerson chose not to take the momentum on the Sturmwaff. Oh, no, he blocked it. That's right. So he could not have gotten the momentum. My mistake. It looks like we just need to adjust the vitality because he did have to pay for the Tengu Dive. He did have to lose 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Bryce is at 15. We'll get that updated here shortly.
Right.
And did we play, is that a cannonade there on the table?
I believe. No, it doesn't look like it. I can't.
It is a cannonade. It is a cannonade.
Yeah, it's very
so
bright on our monitor.
we talked about that card earlier.
Oh, yeah.
If that hits and he has another cannonade in his discard pile, he's going to be able to get that back.
Right, exactly. Now, the mind game here is, does he have another cannonade in hand anyway?
And you see Emerson checking that right now.
Exactly.
Does he have a cannonade in his discard pile? Is there another cannonade in his hand? Now, if Bryce has a cannonade in his hand, this one's
just going to go away. Yeah, he's going to loop it. I love it.
So if there's a cannonade in Bryce's discard pile, and I don't know this, if there is, this is a must block for Emerson.
Now, and this is the worst part about it, too. No matter what happens, Bryce does get to draw 2 cards.
Yeah, between Satoshi and Yellow Scarf.
Exactly. I don't believe he has caught red-handed. Emerson does not have it.
Now, Emerson is spinning his D6. I wonder if he's kind of in the tank trying to decide what to do here right now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you have to make a decision in this situation. It's probably going to lead drop him down to 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do in this situation?
I mean,
looking at Bryce's hand, I did see a Sagaki offering. So if he blocks here, he's going to get free stats. If Emerson
Athena's
blocks.
Knight might be the only opt he has here.
But then it's still going to deal damage. He
He still gets the cannonade. Yeah.
So this is kind of a nail biter here. I'm really interested to see what Emerson decides to do.
Oh, but he has a Templar in hand, but it's not going to
still
help
not a
him.
full
It's
block.
not going to help him. No. I think it was Templar Kame-Itachi in his hand. If I'm not mistaken, I have to look at it one more time, but it looks like they are just stalling, trying to figure it out. I mean, Emerson really has to make this tough call, and I don't know.
Look at Bryce though. He looks, he's smiling.
Yeah.
He's got I think he feels like he's in a good place now. Bryce previously, UFS is not his first game. He used to play Yu-Gi-Oh. He's played Magic, so he's very, very familiar with.
He looks confident right now.
High level, high tension
and
matches.
Yeah, he looks very confident, and he's a Vegas local.
Yes, he is. Emerson here is another Vegas local.
It would be a big deal for either of them to win this.
And look at Emerson. He's picking up that D6 and put it down. I think he knows he's not in a good spot.
The thing is,
he is going to enhance with Athena's Knight.
I think he's going to half block with the Templar to fish for another block.
So, but now that cannonade's still coming. It's still 8 speed.
He's still going to have to block it. That's true. The issue is, checks a 5, taps 4. Still has to. He doesn't have to deal with the speed on the next one, but I mean,
he will have to deal with +1/+1.
Yeah, +1/+1 is a thing. Yeah.
And we don't. I have not seen if he has another candidate in his hand either.
What he can do here is maybe, just maybe, fish for another high block because his deck does have an abundance of high blocks.
I'm hoping our team will tell us here real quick if they know if there is another cannonade in Bryce's deck pool. All right, so on game 2, Sasquatch is at 28 and Turbo Man's at 11. They're still on game 1.
Yep, I believe so.
All right,
that's a nail biter right there.
That is a nail biter there because Sasquatch is incredibly powerful. If we could bring him up real quick while they're getting ready to resolve this, I just want to talk real briefly about him. Sasquatch 1 dot. He is a 626, I think.
28, actually.
628. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
And he has an ability. He can respond to destroy a committed foundation to commit 2 of his opponents.
Right, exactly.
That's targeted committal. And then his other ability is for free. If it's 5 difficulty or more, he gets free stats.
Exactly,
2 speed, 1 damage.
And the thing to note is that he does destroy cards that replace themselves, too.
Yeah, such as Glacial
Assault, which is the big one. But interestingly enough, it looks like Emerson decided to...
he decided to block.
Just decided to block, yeah. I mean, sometimes you have to.
Thing is, right now, I think Satoshi's really well placed because of the free stats that all these cards give. So free stats on everything, free stats on your Cannonade, free stats on your Sturm Waffles, free stats on your Iron Knuckle.
Right, exactly.
Just that package of cards from Heidi is just free stats.
Exactly. And the thing is, the good thing to note though is he did have a high block, but that's not going to do anything here. See the short? He comes in with the Iron Knuckle, and the Templar just goes offline.
All right, that looks like that's it for game 1.
Yeah, exactly. And that looks very rough for Turboman. When you have to play defense against cards that basically take away your defensive advantages, it just doesn't do anything for you in the long run.
So,
I know you're happy to see that card.
I don't think Rochester CCG is going to do anything for him here, though.
It's true. I mean, actually, Mathematician will, though.
Yeah, Mathematician would be good to bring in here.
Tengu Dive would be something to worry about.
But it looks like he is going to bring Rochester in.
It's flattering, isn't it?
Oh, nope.
Oh,
no,
wait,
he's not.
Or maybe not.
No, he's not.
Maybe he's setting it aside for a moment. But he is bringing the Mathematicians and the J-Pop stars. That's actually really good here. Kick out the Cannonade before it actually does anything.
Yeah, we haven't seen...
And that takes away the Satoshi advantage, too. Doesn't get the draw.
Sounds like we got an update coming in on the third match here.
Yeah.
Ringman 18, Metalman 9. And that's on to game 2, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I believe so.
With Ringman up a game.
And what's interesting enough about that is that Ringman versus Metalman is very explosive.
All right, let's have a look and see what is going on elsewhere on the table. We're sideboarding here in game 1. Satoshi just won. On to game 2, we have Sasquatch versus Turboman. They're still on game 1. And there's a lot of stats flying around there.
Yeah,
Sasquatch is free stats.
I mean, it's a dangerous game on top of that.
And that third game down there is very dangerous.
And it looks like JC is on the offensive there. They're talking about something. Looks like they want to resolve an effect. I'm not really seeing much.
Yeah, I wonder if... Whoa.
Oh, hello.
Oh, we're back again.
Okay.
All right, looks like right now Metalman is drawing up to his hand size. I'm wondering if the Ringman player is running self-destruct.
Ooh, that would be devastating in this situation.
Because Metalman gets to add his attacks that dealt damage to a staging area.
And that's detrimental in that matchup because you just destroy them and he never gets to recur them anymore, especially with Transform being the other dangerous piece in that deck. And on top of that, you have, if we go back into the middle match, it looks like Turbo Sasquatch sort of fading in to Williams looking a little frustrated there.
Well, I have to imagine Sasquatch can be very frustrating to play against.
Oh yeah.
If you're relying on cards in your staging area to do things, and they aren't, and they're committed all the damn time.
And interestingly enough, Sasquatch has 2 momentum. And is that a Trinity Geyser I see that he led with?
Yes, that is a big one. So
that is scary, and it looks like Williams.
I think he just made a bad check there.
Yeah, he did, and he doesn't have any other way to do that.
There's a little glare. I can't quite see what's going on, but it looks like things are not going well for Turbo Man.
No, not at all.
Everyone's favorite.
The frustration, slapping himself in the head there. Oh no.
Oh man, frustration is really bad because this is basically the highest level UFS you can play.
Exactly.
This is the biggest stage you can be on.
And think of the stress on the other team. On Williams' team, for example, they picked up a team they tested, and there's a pickup team on the opposite side. They're just happy to be here.
Yeah,
and they're doing well.
They're doing very well.
They're doing extremely well.
Now, one thing I just want to remind everybody: none of these 6 players have been on cardboard.
No, they haven't. This is a new experience for all of them. William, however, has been in a team's finals before,
so he's familiar with the pressure.
Yeah. You can see it get to him a little bit, but I mean, you kind of have to settle with it.
Looks like
it checked an attack on a.
Looks like a Trinity Geyser actually.
Yeah, it is a Trinity Geyser combo.
So he's going to have to tap a lot of foundations here. But if he's able to get up and over, it's
going to be a wrap. Yeah.
And Sasquatch is still ready.
And you can see Bryce looking over at his teammate, maybe saying some words of encouragement.
It looks like that.
William lost, and you can see the frustration all over his face there. And it's got to be very emotional. So that was game 1 though. So you can't let the stress get you. You can't get tilted. You can't get too emotional. Otherwise, you're going to play worse.
Well, let me ask you a question,
yeah.
Ein.
What's up?
That's an interesting match here. So Sasquatch has a special ability.
Right.
You destroy a committed to tap 2 foundations.
Right.
As Turboman, do you maybe let Sasquatch go first?
Actually, yes. I would agree to do that because at that point, you get to free build. And then Sasquatch can't trigger unless it's on her turn.
Right.
His turn.
Yeah, because unless he finds a way to commit something.
You can do that. However, it is exceptionally risky if he is running the, because we saw his list yesterday for singles. If it's the same list, it is still exceptionally risky because the foundations in that all-life duo symbol deck aren't necessarily going to have a lot of defensive options. It's mostly Champion of Southtowns, which only works on his turn. So, and on top of that, he's got the one-man wolf pack. He's got a ton of stuff just to make sure he can get through and pass all these checks. But we don't know what's in his sideboard. We can't tell right now.
No, we don't have deck lists, so we don't know what people are thinking here. But this is a very, very intense match. So we
exactly. But as a Sasquatch, as a Sasquatch player, you have to like be confident going into this next game too, because you only have to hit like 3 attacks maybe at most.
Yeah, because his moves come in like a truck.
Oh yeah, and on top of that, it looks like Bryce and Emerson are getting back into their.
It looks like
game.
they're about ready to start. They're finishing up shuffling. They're going to draw their hands and decide whether or not to keep.
And it looks like Emerson's opting to go first, which makes sense.
What could be interesting here is if Bryce opens a Sturmwalk in his opening hand, he could use Satoshi's form and play it relatively safely.
And on top of that, he would have, even if he had to tap Satoshi, it wouldn't have really mattered.
Yeah, you already. Now, one thing that didn't really come into play that first game is Satoshi has a second ability.
He does.
If you discard a momentum, your opponent has to discard down to 2 cards.
2 cards in their hand.
All right.
Oh, Metal Man wins game 3.
So that is that in the third match. So Ringman has been eliminated.
So let's talk about the pressure that we just mentioned for William. He now has to win out.
Yeah, he's down a game, and he has to win.
Yeah.
Same thing. Well, not so much for Bryce. Bryce is up a game.
Yeah.
But now he's in a must-win situation.
Exactly. It's got to be just as frustrating for him knowing that his teammate lost in a matchup that maybe we don't even know the pairing, but it couldn't have gone well.
No. So the pressure is really on for Emerson and William right now.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, they're a must-win.
Exactly.
If they lose.
And on top of that.
I'm sorry, I got that backwards.
Yeah, you got it a little backwards, but it's fine.
For Bryce and William, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
They are in a must-win. If Sasquatch gets ahead and wins it right now, the results of that first game will not matter.
Exactly. And one thing interesting to note, if Bryce wins just as fast as he did, then we got a real match.
Then it's all down.
It's all down to Sasquatch Turbo. That'd be interesting. I love seeing all these creative decks come out of the woodwork because this Sasquatch is a character we don't really see a lot of.
Well, he got a lot of really good cards from the most recent release, and that was from Blood Omen, which is available at your local brick-and-mortar store and available online. It's a very nice set. It's got a lot of reprints from the first 2 Red Horizon sets, and a lot of really good cards. We're seeing a lot of cards in that Satoshi deck, the Heidi cards, into free stats.
The Sagaki offering reprint is a big one, especially for a weapon deck like Satoshi.
And, if you've been having trouble finding Throw It Downs, which was a short-printed card in Neomax, that was also reprinted in Blood Omen.
Yeah. Templar got the reprint that it needed, I guess, for to be more accessible. And on top of that, Revoke, a big answer.
As
you said, there's the Sturmwaff.
There's the Sturmwaff.
And this is probably the safest move he can make. Because if I recall correctly, Templar got reprinted without Breaker as an errata. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. So this is the safest thing he could have done.
And he got some free damage there because Templar, because you gain your vitality before the damage is dealt,
you still take the damage.
You still take damage.
Exactly. And that's at least 2 damage that you have to take there. So he goes for
Emerson
goes for a dust in the wind.
And then that is a great build, building. So hitting your opponent for 10 and then getting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 foundations on turn 1.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
That is an amazing start.
Emerson is not in a good place. And why is that Templar still in his card pool? Oh, it looks like Bryce just picked up on that.
Yeah, looks like he just had to switch it around.
We got some nice music in the background here. We got some 8-bit sound and stuff, kind of
some glitch tunes
jamming us along here.
And Emerson, this is looking rough. He has to be feeling the pressure, obviously.
Yeah.
And of course,
Well, the pressure's not so high on. Well, it is not so high on Emerson because his team already has a
did win. Yeah. But the thing is, if he loses, it's just back to the same old game of tug of war.
And we got that middle game going on, Sasquatch versus Turbo Man. Okay. Emerson is at 18.
It should have been 2. That's
that seemed like an incredible Sturmwaff on
I was
turn
about to
1.
say, that's wow, that's big damage. But at the same time, it looks like we have a copy of Athena's Knight in play.
And that was a petrol power.
Yep, here it comes.
And remember, when you have 3 or more foundations, you get a free foundation and 2 damage to your next attack.
But if you look at his hand,
there's a Sturmwaff.
There is only a Sturmwaff, I think.
Can we bring up Sturmwaff in the card spotlight?
So what's interesting is that Emerson has to. He's playing this.
It's got an. Let's just talk about Sturmwaff real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I love the spelling. It's very German. STRMWAFFE. Yeah. So a lot of German language themed cards that Heidi support.
Yeah, exactly.
And there it is right here. Sturmwaff is. Look at all these amazing stats.
This
a lot
card
of
is
3 difficulty, 3 check,
Absolutely.
3 high for 3 with a +0 low block, range tech, weapon. If you're fire, you get stun 1.
And the card itself gets speed for each weapon and damage for each tech. That is an incredible.
Well, look, it itself is
a range tech. Yeah.
So
It's basically the best pound for pound card that you could play at the moment.
It's 4 high for 4.
Yeah. And on top of that, those stats go well with other cards in the set as well, or in the format currently. Robot Masters being the big one.
Yep.
And being able to pump it.
And it's very synergistic with the other cards from Heidi's support.
Exactly.
Cannonade is both a tech and a weapon.
Exactly.
Iron Knuckle is a weapon and
Panzerbrecher, if you choose not to use its enhance, it stays there in your card pool. It also works well with Dagger Strike, which lets your next tech come in at -2 difficulty. So you can play a very long string if needed. Now, another thing to note, though, is that he really did not need to play that Sturmwaff, I don't think. He played the petrol and built with it, but he didn't have any other attacks to really.
Well, I think that was a pretty good move because
to fish a block out of his hand.
Fish a block out of his hand, make him think something's coming, and then if he blocks, okay, whatever.
If not, take the damage.
There's that push the limit again, which is going to force Emerson to flip a foundation.
Oh, if you choose to flip over the top,
two push the limits. That is great. I love whenever I can get multiple push the limits out.
And it's really, really frustrating to fight too. Because you have, especially if you're a deck that doesn't have built-in defense on the character, which he doesn't.
Yeah, he's relying a lot on his foundation base.
Yeah, exactly.
And at 0 difficulty, it's a great way to finish off the turn.
Exactly. And Bryce looks extra confident right now.
Yeah,
his board state looks incredible. He's sitting on
got
Dust
in the Wind.
I believe there's 2 copies of Dust in the Wind, actually. His hand is covering up one of them.
Yeah, but I don't think that Turbo Man. Oh, he does increase speed with his character ability.
But it all depends on what you choose to do. Now, this is going to be risky. I think he's going to drop to a hand size. What's he got here? Just a bunch of gray.
I see transform. Well, transform does turn into an attack.
It's true, it does, and that card is very strong. The thing is, his foundation area, his staging area is not looking as strong.
Not as robust,
Bryce.
for
yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
So looks like on game 2, Sasquatch is at 28. Turbo Man is at 12. I thought I heard.
Yeah, or maybe 20.
Oh, at 20. Okay, so they're kind of Turbo Man's kind of where he's supposed to be at full.
Exactly. It looks like Sasquatch has been taking some pokes then. But from this state of the game that we're looking at here, is that a hi-fi stereo that he tapped?
Hi-fi stereo is incredibly
good. So he brought it down and then committed it, right?
Yep, and if you're gender male, if you've added a character foundation to your staging area this turn, you can force your opponent to discard a card.
Now, he did play over the top into petrol powered here. I guess he's fishing, but it looks like he checked an attack early, which is actually, if it's not a Scorch Wheel, it's good for him. But we need to see what he does with that transform in hand, if he can do anything with it.
Right. Well, you can't pick up Scorch Wheel.
Can't pick up Scorch Wheel. The thing is, if he picks up a Tengu Dive, he gets to draw 2 cards.
If he has another, if he has a ranged move in his hand.
Exactly. which I believe, if we could look at it, when players put their hands down, it kind of sucks for us.
Yeah, we don't really know what's going on.
We don't really know what to do. It looks like he's searching. We don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah,
and that's a big tell to Bryce as well, though, when you're looking at your discard pile like that.
And nobody has Karin handed out right now.
No, it's true. It's not sitting in either pool. Well, at least because, he could maybe off-symbol it in Satoshi, but I doubt he is. Let's see what we got. I just see Transform. He's shuffling his hand around a bit.
He does have a Tengu Dive in his hand.
Taking some time to think about it. I mean, here we go.
The problem is he does have Tengu Dive in his hand, but Transform does not get you range.
There's the Ring Boomerang with ranged. We didn't see that.
Okay, that
changes it a little bit.
Here.
Yeah. Now, interestingly enough, he can make this do some damage. It comes in with 2 damage off the petrol powered, but if he chooses to commit that petrol powered, maybe he can get Bryce to block early. Not take some extra damage.
And he's got. There's a lot of foundations in Emerson's staging area.
I doubt he's going to commit though, because he does need to pass the Transform into the Tengu Dive if he's going for it.
What I would do if I was him is I would play the Tengu Dive next, make sure bad things don't happen.
Right, exactly.
And then grab the Tengu Dive.
And if it hits, there you go. Yeah, you go from there. But
if he attacks with Tengu Dive next
and he gets
Bryce
blocked,
has a high block, he's in a bad spot.
A big risk, like we said. And you'll see that. You'll see big risks being made either way. And there's a Templar. Ooh, okay. So he does get the full block there. But he's going to have card-handed to ignore the draw power.
So he's not going to get draws. He's not going to get vitality gain.
And that's a really good start to, your offense. When you can deny a card like Templar early on.
I didn't even see the card hand in his stage.
Exactly. It was sort of hiding there. But the way he's got it arranged is you just see names. So
I think he plays
the dive. Yep.
And looks like he checked well enough.
Yeah.
He checked a 6 there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter because of over the top. Yeah. So there's his draw power. I believe he's going to draw 2.
Let's look at Bryce's facial expression right now.
Oh, he drew another Ring Boomerang.
He does not look as confident as he did before. He looks a little annoyed.
Yeah. I would be a little annoyed if I can't draw cards. that'd be a little rough. Is he handless right now by any chance?
No, he has 1 card in his hand. I don't know what it is.
Now, something to note. Emerson did draw a Ring Boomerang.
So even if the Tengu Dive is stranded in his card pool, he could play the Ring Boomerang on a 6, and then the Tengu Dive on a 7, which shouldn't be that hard.
Or, actually, no, that's fine. Yeah, this actually works well in his favor. If Emerson chooses not to block the Tengu Dive, he does have a multiple.
He does have a high block there.
Yeah, he does have a high block. Now, interesting enough, you can make Ring Boomerangs multiple into a low if this hits, but it didn't hit. So it's sitting there clogged, and if I'm looking, it's Transform, a Foundation, and Ring Boomerang, correct?
Yep, it's 8,000 degrees.
Yeah. So
let's bring up Transform in the card.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So there's Transform. It's a 3 difficulty action.
Yeah.
It says add 1 slam attack with a difficulty of 4 or less from your discard pile to your hand. The next time you play that card, add that to your staging area face down.
Right.
Did Emerson pass the turn?
He did.
That's interesting.
Wow. He had at least 8 foundations, if I'm correct.
Yeah, he could have probably gone in there for the kill. I think we got an update coming in on game 2. So Turbo Man at 20, Sasquatch at 9.
So Sean, correct me if I'm wrong. Bryce had no cards in hand, right?
Yeah.
So had you played the Transform on a 6, tap 1 to pass if you check a 5.
I don't know if he could do 19.
You don't think so? Not with a multiple?
I mean,
and Turbo Man.
Yeah, you could have played Tengu Dive next.
Yeah.
Gotten it to your momentum. Then, that was a line to victory.
Yeah. He got blinded because remember he brought down a petrol powered already. Transform comes down. That's at least 4 more damage.
Yeah.
It's something you got to look for. So let's say he would have taken the 6, the damage, and the +1 off Ring Boomerang's multiple. The card and its multiple get the damage.
It looks like we've got a Sagaki offering in the card pool here, so he's going to get to draw a card.
But did he form by any chance? Oh, there he is. There's the 3. All right.
There's the stats.
Alrighty.
So he's going to get... Okay, so he
chooses the block right away.
with a transform.
Okay.
He didn't form.
What?
That's really weird.
That's really interesting, actually. Double Journey West, though. Ooh.
I don't think that's going to have a huge impact, though, at this point in the game, because look at all the foundations Emerson has.
My point, though, with the Journey West is that that's a low block out of his hand.
That's true.
Now, we know he's been holding high blocks, but if he can get one Tengu Dive to stick, again, the Ring Boomerang multiple can become a low. And he doesn't really necessarily have to worry about the difficulty at that point.
Yeah, I think at this point in the game, Bryce needs to be holding as many high blocks as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's Sturmwaff.
Because the finishers for Turbo Man in this deck are Tengu Dive's a finisher and Scorch Wheel's a finisher, both on high zone.
And it looks like we didn't see that many cards. I see a High Skull Crush, I believe, or it's a Athena's Knight, maybe. Kind of hard to see when he's shuffling around.
He's still got that Ring Boomerang. He's still got that Diamond Sim, but he no longer has the transform.
Exactly. So now we're looking at a little bit of a weird situation here.
Is he going to? So he's going to form that foundation, and then he's going to
Hi-Fi Stereo.
Strip one of his cards. Bryce has got a decision to make here. You know he's not liking his options.
So whatever block he chooses to pitch, and I believe it was a low block.
It was champion of Mai Tai, +3 low block.
Yep. Interestingly enough, I
believe
he brought down Immortal Knowledge there.
He did, and that's free stats, free +1 damage.
Yeah. And he did have a Sturmwaff in hand. So he can get a combo if he really needs to draw an extra card, but I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to build here and maybe go on to the block phase, I guess you could call it, next turn.
Well, while they are waffling here, I just got an update from the singles championship. Tim Keefe, previous national champion, just defeated the reigning world champion Garrett Brett.
Wow, and that is an
upset.
That is definitely an upset. Most people, including us, I guess, would say that Garrett would have gone to win the tournament.
I had said earlier that if the Bomb Man was eliminated, that Garrett Brett would be back-to-back champion.
So we have a potential to see a new champion with Yari Melcher.
Yeah, so it's good that the finals, and that's going to immediately follow this on the Play UFS stream on Twitch, is going to be Yari playing Turbo Man versus Tim playing Pharaoh.
Exactly. Ironically enough, Turbo Man is in the finals of both events. Multiple times. So we're seeing a little bit of a pattern here with the Scorch decks. Oh, and that's a Kame-Itachi, is that correct?
That is a Kame-Itachi.
Yeah.
I believe it's a 3-mid for 5.
And I believe you can reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a 1, you add it to your hand, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. Now, I'm not sure what other ones other than Tengu Dive he plays.
I think it's just Tengu Dive. I don't think I've seen him play a Tornado Hold.
Right, or maybe a Turbo Charge. We don't know.
Turbo Charge is a one-check that. Oh, I don't think he gets it.
No, he doesn't.
It's good to know what your next check is, though.
Yeah, I mean, guaranteed 5's never bad.
Yeah.
But it looks like, the card still is very good stats. So it's got +2 high.
So it looks like Bryce is sitting on a high block and a low block.
Ooh.
So here he's going to take some damage.
He's going to take the damage, yeah. Oh, it's a Herald as well.
It's a Mechanical Genius.
Oh, Mechanical Genius, my apologies.
+2 high block. Okay. So he's going to need to save that for the Tengu Dive, but he doesn't know that Tengu Dive is in his hand. I like the partial block here. And so he's going to take 3 points of damage. No, I'm sorry. He's going to take, he takes 5.
Oh, wow.
From Turbo Man's ability.
That's right. He does get to pump it. Yeah.
And then he has Immortal Knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, so he took
he's going to go for the Ring Boomerang on the draw? Oh, you know what? I see his hand now. I see why. He has another dive.
Yep, he had that dive from last turn that he had played.
Now, this is a decision time for Bryce because he does get the combo to draw, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I did not see what the next card is in. He is going to Journey West.
So
he is forecasting that he's not going to block.
Exactly, which actually gives you free pump in this situation.
I think I just saw that Emerson has both a Tengu Dive and a Scorch Wheel in his hand.
He does. Now, actually, it might have been a Sturmwaff, actually.
I thought it was shiny. We'll see here
We'll
if we
see.
get to Emerson's hand again. Emerson plays with his hand down, so we don't often get to see what's going on.
It's kind of surprising for us, too. Very, very suspenseful, I would say. Now,
with 2 Journey Wests activated,
that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. That's coming in for 10.
That is a lot of damage.
And remember, Scorch Wheel ignores progressive difficulty for attacks. So if he goes with the Scorch Wheel,
he'll check a 7.
He only needs to check a 7.
And then the dive will be another 7.
Yeah, because Scorch Wheel's not ranged, is it?
It is ranged.
I thought it was a weapon.
No.
Can we bring up Scorch Wheel?
Scorch Wheel is only range is the keyword. Yeah.
I could have sworn it was weapon. That is.
Oh, it's devastating, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
It is not good at all for Bryce. It is ranged.
It is ranged. Yeah. Now, this is the crazy part. He brought down 1 card already. Does get to draw 1 guaranteed. He's going to draw 1 off the boomerang as well.
You know, I think I'm going to stick a fork in this one. Bryce only has a high block left in his hand.
There's no way.
He's not going to block here. He can't block here, so he's going to take 10. And then the Scorch Wheel is going to come in for 7.
Right.
Or he's got to deal with the Tengu Dive coming in for 6. He doesn't have enough vitality.
Exactly. There's no way.
Unless there's some sort of secret draw tech in
that we don't know about.
Bryce's staging area that I'm just not seeing.
No, I think this is a wrap for Game 2, personally. But
you never know. Crazy things have happened.
There's nothing I can see there that could really benefit him. Everything on his side of the board. Yep.
Bryce is down to 7. We knew he wouldn't block that.
Now he takes damage out of the way here. He can not check a 2 or a 1 here.
And that's what it's going to do. I'm pretty sure you play the Scorch Wheel here.
I think so.
Depends on how aggressive Emerson decides to get.
Yeah. If he doesn't, that'd be the strangest thing ever. I think you go big or go home here.
Yeah, because if the turn gets back to Satoshi, he could devastate.
He could just kill you. Yeah.
But Satoshi doesn't have any momentum.
He has second chance though, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, so he is going to get a free momentum, so he can put Emerson down to 2 cards.
Yeah. And that just takes away your entire advantage of drawing all those cards.
Looks like we're trying to sort out
damage?
Damage? I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's questioning the Immortal Knowledge, saying he half blocked the Kame Itachi. Okay, it looks like they sorted it out.
Looks like we're going to proceed on now.
Yeah. Now, the dice counter on the Turbo Band says we got 1. All right, let's see what it is.
All right,
okay.
Let's see what happens next here. Because Emerson's got to make a decision. Is he gonna play one of his high moves, or is he gonna play it safe? Because I don't think he plays it safe.
I don't think he can, and that's the dangerous part about the situation is that you have 2 high attacks, 1 block, and you have to hope your opponent checks poorly with a +2 difficulty on the next tech.
Yeah, because if he plays the Tengu Dive here, that's on a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But if he plays the Scorch Wheel here, it's only on a 9.
9, yeah.
He's going to play a Sturmoff on 3, 4, 5 on a 9.
On a 9.
He knows he's checking a 5.
Yep.
So he's got to commit 4 foundations.
I don't agree with tapping the petrol that you brought down.
Doesn't do any. Oh, you're right. It does
I
give you
don't agree.
He's got enough damage in his hand, though. The stats
yeah,
don't
and
matter.
he does have enough. That is true. Is that Cursed Fate I see?
Do believe so.
Yeah, so he can discard cards for damage. So he does have that going for him, and he does get weapon speed from the Ring Boomerang.
Yes.
Yeah. So he gets 2 speed floating and 1 damage.
The thing is, under this scenario, I think he should play the
Scorch Wheel
next.
first. Yeah, I think so.
Because if he checks a 1, he can tap out and win.
Exactly. I think he pitches cards with Cursed Fate here. Makes it a little more scary.
All right, we got an update coming in from Game 2 from the second match. Turbo Man's at 8, Sasquatch at 4. That's a nail biter.
Yeah. Wow. That puts them on the worst clock.
That is a knife's edge right there.
Yeah,
exactly. Because if Sasquatch gets in there.
And that's it. That'd be that we would have. Alrighty.
So we'll see if Turbo Man can get there. The Black Bear Diner's still alive.
It's true. If not, then that's it.
Then that's a game. It's not going to matter.
And that would be UFS history in the making.
That's right.
A pickup team. Could you believe it?
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I think we resolved a Sturmwaff. I don't know how much damage was dealt. Did Bryce block?
What?
He did.
That's it.
That's that. Okay, they're moving on to game 3.
Yeah, that's it.
I think in that match there, I think Bryce got off to a really slow start.
He did.
He did not seem to be drawing attacks, which meant he couldn't put pressure on Turbo Man.
Exactly. There was nothing he could have done in that scenario. Now,
because he's got a lot of great blocks on him as attacks. And if you can force Turbo Man to block, then his offense is slowing down a little bit.
Right, exactly.
So they're going to shuffle and sideboard. And I wonder if we can zoom out and have a look at the second game right now.
Yeah, if we check out that second game right now, the nail biter. So if that Turbo Man loses, I mean, it's history right there.
Alrighty. So it looks like we are moving over to the second game here. And it looks like Turbo Man's,
that board state.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Indeed. If William has attacks in his hand, I think they're going to move to game 3.
Yeah, I think so. I wish we could see without the glare. Goodness.
All right. There comes William's first card. And
I can't tell.
I have to assume it's an attack.
Yeah, have to assume. Can't exactly tell. It might be a transform.
It is
a transform.
It is
yeah,
a transform.
because it's going straight for the discard pile. I wonder if there's a way we could cover up the light.
Not very easily.
Not very easily,
think.
no. But that's rough. Maybe.
So that transform, I think he just grabbed a Tengu Dive. And so the next time he plays Tengu Dive this turn, the transform comes down.
Right, exactly. Now, and that's got to be rough. Oh, it's Beast Cannon.
Beast Cannon. Picked up a Beast Cannon.
Oh, that's right, because he gets a free draw on the first attack. And he gets to build one for Turbo. Yep, plays the Beast Cannon.
He's going to play the Beast Cannon.
On a 4 difficulty.
On a 4. Looks like he got it. And so he's going to get the free foundation, which is going to be the +2/+2.
Right.
And
Sasquatch put himself in a rough spot. Maybe overextended too hard. I see a Tribal Protector is ready. It might be 2, actually. He might have overextended too hard. That is an unfortunate sequence.
I mean, what could happen here, though, is he could commit the Tribal Protectors to pass his block, and maybe he might get lucky and Turbo Man only had just the one attack.
Maybe.
Let's wait.
Yeah,
okay, so let's continue here, see what's going on. So, looks like we have stun. I believe Beast Cannon has stun, so he's down just a Tribal Protector.
Now, the problem that he runs into here, he's going to go for the...
That's that. So they are moving on to Game 3.
Game 3 on both
Game 3
ends.
on both here.
That's devastating for either team here.
Exactly. Now here's the thing, in the next match, if Sasquatch can get a quick start, which he could,
he gets to go first.
Yeah. He could put Turbo Man away pretty quickly.
If he sees a hand without Tribal Protectors, I think he'll be fine. Because not having to worry about checking that 3 right away definitely makes it a lot easier on you as a player to not have to worry about that.
That pressure's still really on here for Bryce and William, because if either of them lose right now, that's it. And they miss out on cardboard glory for this event. All right, Game 1's getting ready to start here. And remember, if you do want to play UFS and you want to get immortalized on cardboard, come to the National Championships this October in your hometown, Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia, yeah.
And, you try for your chance to become immortalized on cardboard. It's the greatest prize in gaming.
It's a great honor, I think, too.
I've had the great fortune to win it twice myself.
Yeah.
So I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that we get to crown some new champions this weekend, which we will here. And then, like I said before, in the singles championship, we have Tim Keefe playing Pharaoh Man versus Yari Melkor playing as Turbo Man.
Exciting to watch that, too.
And that is coming up after the conclusion of the Team Grand Finals.
Exactly.
Here on our stream.
And I believe the character is going to be Satoshi Turbo again. There we go. Switch the names up. Looks like we got 3.
Ooh, that's rough. A 2 build is going to be rough.
That is going to be
I'm guessing Bryce did not have a 1 diff in his hand.
Now, does Turbo Oh, I see a petrol-powered. I see 2 petrol-powereds.
Yeah, I'm not
I don't know what he can do with this. Now, what he can do is try to accelerate his build a little bit. Maybe build out, but I don't think he's going to review a card. Okay. You reviewed the foundation. Oh, he gets a Scorch Wheel in his hand.
All right, let's see what happens here.
Stormwaft in his hand as well.
Does Bryce have another foundation in his hand? He does.
He does. He
so
definitely does.
if Turbo Man uses his first form, Bryce is going to get up a foundation.
Yeah, that's true. The problem is, it doesn't put him ahead.
No.
At all.
But it makes him less behind.
Yeah, he'll build normally, I feel like. Oh, the cannonades in his hand too. Oh goodness, look at these. So there's a dodge cannonade.
And it looks like Emerson declined to use Turbo Man's form.
Smart.
I think that was the right play
He's
there.
going to build the Athena's Knight, the Cursed Fate, caught red-handed on the 3rd card here.
Caught red-handed is going to stop cannonade.
I think this. No, I would not have done that.
I think I would have there. I would have rather have 4 foundations already in my staging area,
and then see an
in
extra
case
card.
I needed to block. Because you got to remember that. Oh, he reviewed the cannonade. Looks like Bryce is going to take a defensive line.
He's going to have to. There's really no other way to approach
he's behind.
this. Yeah.
But he's going to start with
he's
the
attacking one. I mean, he needs to see another card. It's the safest approach.
Does he first form?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, he did first form here.
Yeah, he's going to call stun 1.
Presumably.
Yeah, hopefully. he's going to do it eventually. I mean, you don't not do it. But that board state, Ever Hopeful, Dust in the Wind, I mean, you can sort of use Ever Hopeful here, but it just sets you back because you have to build with it again.
Yeah, and you don't have the momentum to get it back in your staging area.
No. I would rather use it defensively if this even if this attack hits, he doesn't get a momentum.
All right, so it looks like we
Clear
did
draw. Yeah.
Clear draw. All right, we did resolve a Sturmwaft there. What does Bryce do next? He's going to attack again.
Goodness gracious. Is that a Iron Knuckle? Or that's Sturmwaft?
That is an Iron Knuckle? Or?
Yeah, it's an Iron Knuckle. Yeah, that's 1/1 on the stats. He's just going to go aggressive early.
I mean,
he doesn't care.
Well, you know, you can try rushing down Turbo Man.
Yeah, you can. I mean,
we talked earlier about how you have to put pressure on.
The problem is, we know what's in Emerson's hand.
We do.
And he's going to review an extra foundation, presumably not petroled there. And I think he'll just kill him.
Yeah. See, what was smart for Emerson to do on his last turn was playing that petrol powered.
Right.
Because Bryce had the Ever Hopeful, and had he not played that and bounced from his cards, he couldn't use petrol power's ability.
Exactly. Now the other thing to note here is he does have a dodge in his hand, so he can double up. He can Ever Hopeful dodge, block with Ever Hopeful.
Ooh, he just rolled a 2.
That's not good.
He needs a 4 there. What do you do?
He commits Satoshi Dust. Yeah, makes sense. Builds a momentum.
That momentum is going to be very important to him. Now, if he gets a cannonade at the start of his next turn, he can use Ever Hopeful to put that cart right back in.
Exactly, yeah.
Man, this match is just so exciting.
It's a nail biter, really. I'm shaking. Visibly,
my legs are back here bouncing.
Visibly shaking at the match here.
It's very exciting UFS. And, make sure you check out any of the other UFS content being produced throughout the community.
Yeah.
I know that we have UFS University produced out of Omaha.
Yeah, we have Between Two Mats
Between Two Mats out of Atlanta.
Produced by Matt Childress and Matthew Turner.
We have Top Deck Heroes out of Rochester.
Exactly. Great show.
So there's lots of great UFS content. Make sure to check all these guys out on Twitch. All right, so Emerson is getting ready. He is using first form, and that is a hi-fi stereo, which I'm sure he'll immediately use.
He should. He really should just use that right now. I mean, Bryce doesn't make a really awful choice here.
Tough decision here.
He has a dodge, he has a block, and another block.
He's got to discard that attack.
Yeah, he really does.
Because he can...
Oh, no, it's a Templar Iron Knuckle dodge, too. He ditches the high block.
It's what you got to do here. Here's what he's going to want to do. So he's going to want to
Ever Hopeful dodge, block with Ever Hopeful. Yeah. But the thing is, I don't know if he can make it.
Well, he's got a Champion of White High.
He's got to try, yeah. Now, the champ is extremely good here.
Yeah.
But remember, that also removes another card that he could potentially block with.
Right. Well, he has to, before he blocks with that Templar, he's got to deal with that card red-handed. Exactly,
which is the other issue that he runs into.
So it's all going to come down to what Emerson plays next, which,
Petrol.
well, not next. It's going to be a petrol-powered. That's going to give his next move +2 damage. provided he brings it down in response,
Exactly.
which
Well, I mean,
is what he should do here.
Exactly.
And
that's another damage pump for Turbo as well.
Yeah, so these moves are becoming in.
Oh, actually, Emerson could win here really easily. Now, this is the meta call here, right? So you know for a fact that he pitched a high block.
Yep.
He must have either a Templar or a Dodge. Now, if he ever hopefuls in this scenario and puts it to his hand, right, the only things that he can send back are either Petrol, another Hi-Fi. Well, Hi-Fi is committed already. And the other cards are caught red-handed. He's going to send back no matter what.
You got to send caught red-handed.
Got to send it back. That's the #1 target here. But he runs into an issue. What does he send back with the Dodge?
Face down.
Has to be the face down, right?
Yeah.
What's the face down?
Turbo. Yeah.
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 Oh, man.
Yeah. Welcome to this scenario, the nightmare.
Yeah, so because there's a petrol powered.
Petrol powered, card handed. Cursed Fate.
Cursed Fate. He could send the Cursed Fate back.
Yeah. Good.
You send back Cursed Fate. You send back caught red-handed.
Yeah.
Because you don't want petrol powered back in his hand. That's for damn sure.
Well, this is the other issue. If you Muay Thai early, bring your attack to 1, he can still turbo.
He can still turbo.
Which
you
brings
do
it to
just the right moment.
Exactly. You can actually sit there and bait it for as long as you want, too. Oh. Turbo Man's at 2 in game 2?
And Sasquatch is at full still.
Sasquatch is at
It does not seem like things are going well.
No,
if
no,
Sasquatch wins that here,
This is
it
a race.
Over.
This is a race.
This is a race to see who's going to win
Emerson
it.
has to go in right now.
Yeah, because if Emerson doesn't win now,
that's the game, yeah.
Then it's
oh,
over.
and it looks like he sends the Cursed Fate, or no, caught red-handed back to his hand.
He's got to do that so he can block with a Templar here.
He's taking his time, but the thing is, he can't waste any. He can't waste any more time.
No, he's got to hustle because
his team depends on him.
Yeah. On a 5.
Checks a 5.
He's going to draw
2 cards.
2 cards, petrol powered and Hi-Fi stereo.
Yeah, 2 cards. 1, 2. What is it going to be? Is it going to Scorch?
Caught red-handed.
Red-handed.
And Athena's Knight.
Ah.
Yeah, he's going to Phobia, so he has announced to his opponent this is going to be a Templar block.
Yep. This is definitely going to be one. At this scenario, I think no matter what you do here, you can try to You can try to get rid of 2 cards.
Ian, hold on just 1 second. I just noticed that Emerson has a Revoke in his hand.
He does. He
may
can
wanna,
pump.
He may want to revoke this.
He could, but the thing is, I think you let it go, because if you can commit, for turbo, if you bait the Muay Thai here and you revoke the Muay Thai, you kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
All right, I want to know what is going on right now in that other game.
Yeah, that's a nail biter. I think we move the camera.
Yeah, I think.
We pan out.
What
at least.
Bryce needs to do right now, if he was playing really smart, Bryce needs to turtle as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. He needs to stall for his team.
Yeah, he needs to stall for time. Hold on a second.
No.
Hold on. Stop the camera. Looks like Emerson decided not to attack.
And another caught red-handed.
So this is a game changer here, and I do apologize to our camera guys. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
But that was a surprise to me.
I thought he was going to go in.
That may have just cost Emerson's team the championship right there.
Exactly. Wow. Well,
I think we can go ahead and we're safe to move on to another match.
Yeah, we can move now. Yeah, that would probably be a lot easier. But it looks like Bryce is this draw pretty much makes or breaks him, and we know he had a dodge.
And the thing is, Bryce has to win here.
He has attacks. He has attacks. What's it gonna be?
He's playing foundations.
Yep.
He's playing safe. Because remember, even if Bryce wins here, Williams has to win. That is not a good situation.
Not being able to see these cards. Look at the Sasquatch's board, though. 1 foundation.
That's enough. And it looks like William is on the play right now.
Yeah, and this could be the defining moment.
Because if Williams able to squeak this out here, then it's not over. It continues.
It's not. It's not at all.
But if in game 1, if Satoshi just goes and wails on Turbo Man right now and get through, then it's going to be over.
Well, it's Turbo on the play now.
No, you're right, because Satoshi just played Foundations and Pass. He walled up.
Yeah.
My goodness, two nail-biting matches at once.
This is a lot. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so right now we're waiting for William he's playing an attack right now. I don't know what he played.
We don't know what he played. It might be a Beast Cannon.
So, boy, I don't even know which match I want to watch.
It is a Beast Cannon. Okay, we are correct on that.
Okay, so that's a Beast Cannon.
With pump.
With pump. Alrighty. So I want to watch this turn. See what is William able to do here against Sasquatch,
Yeah,
who I believe is still at 28 vitality.
Yes, I believe he Petrol Beast Cannoned. So it's 5 damage. Oh man, the teammates are all watching him.
Look behind them. I've never been in this situation in teams before, because I've always played slower decks that take longer. But I couldn't imagine with your match being over, your fate's already decided.
Exactly.
You have to watch your teammates.
You have to watch.
There's nothing you can do.
Exactly. And JC looking like he needs to just send positive vibes. Yeah.
I can't imagine how it feels to be JC right now, having not won that
He doesn't
match.
even. I wouldn't even want to watch. I'd let it settle.
I would have to walk away. I couldn't handle the
handle
stress.
it. Yeah. I mean, you got to let your teammates play it out. That's too much stress, I think.
But look at him pace back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because he knows if William doesn't get it here, it's over.
And in teams, you can sort of play around the idea that your teammate's playing a little slower, especially on their turn. So then you can go on the offensive as much as possible. Yeah.
All right.
Oh man, look at that. and
there's a bit
you
of
can
worry
see
in his face,
see
too.
him just concerned. Oh man, I won that, but is he going to clutch it out for us? Are my teammates going to do this?
I mean, that's got to be a completely different place to be.
Yeah.
You know you've won your match. You know you've done everything you could, and having to leave your fate for cardboard immortality.
Exactly.
In someone else's hand.
It looks like Will has another card in play right now.
Yeah, it looks like it's a card with
It's
some
got
free
stats.
I'm guessing it's a Sturmwaff.
Yeah, it is a Sturmwaff. Well, the thing is, the petrol powered he played earlier must be committed.
Oh my gosh! This
It is 2. It's 2/2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And this is terrifying if you're the Sasquatch, because if he plays Rolling Scorches, that's it.
You're done.
Yeah.
And then it would be all down to a Satoshi and Turbo Man at the first table, which we've been watching for a good portion of this match.
Is terrifying. How do you sit there through this?
I don't know how I'm sitting here through this. I mean,
it's because of great company.
I can feel my heart pumping. It's like, man, I just don't even know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
It's very exciting. Yeah, 2 great teams trying to get immortalized on cardboard right now.
Oh, 16 vitality.
2-16.
2-16. Oh, what did he play?
Looks like he had to commit out for whatever it is. Is it a Scorch Wheel?
No,
it's a Turbocharge.
Turbocharge, the card we were talking about.
So Turbocharge, when you play it, is with combo tech, you get 2 free foundations.
You do.
Which puts Turbo Man back into this turn.
Daddies. And he commits out. But this.
That's okay, because he gets 2 free foundations.
He gets the 2. And on top of that,
it's still a 6 damage
move. He has a Scorch.
And he commits one of those, it becomes an 8 damage move, puts him down to 7. And then if there's a Scorch Wheel,
he wins.
That could be it, because I don't think Sasquatch has the blocks.
No.
Sasquatch is committed.
He's out of this money at this point.
Let's see what we got. There's a Revoke.
There's a Revoke, too?
There's the Scorch Wheel.
Okay, we know it's there. We have to know it's there. So, Turbocharge is 6 damage.
6 damage to start. And now it's going to be coming in for 8. And so it's going to be 8 damage here from the Turbocharge, 9 damage from the Scorch Wheel.
And he gets the combo.
That's done.
Yeah.
That's done. Let's go back to game 1, because I think that is a foregone conclusion there. I think.
Yeah. I think Williams just trying to play it as slow as possible.
But
there's the Scorch.
But now it comes down to this match here. We'll wait for our camera team to confirm that. And looks like we are on the play for Satoshi. He's played an attack. Emerson has a lot of foundations. He's got a lot of cards in his hand.
The defensive standpoint from both players right now.
But
11-14. Satoshi on the 11.
So here comes a block. Check the 3. He's going to have to commit a fair number of foundations.
Black Bear Diner? Did they win? Okay.
So William just won. So it's a 1-1
1-1
draw right
scenario.
now. So this is coming down. The amount of pressure right now on
Bryce.
The pressure on Emerson and
Bryce.
Bryce are absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
William is incredibly relieved right now. Look at the look on his face.
But the thing is, the stress is not over yet.
No, because now
he knows he won his match. But here we go. This is
Emerson's still deciding whether or not to pass that block.
This
is for all the cookies right here.
This is for everything, yeah. I think that I think this is it. Yeah.
How many cards does Emerson have in his hand?
I think he pitches one here on the review.
Well, that wasn't the end of Satoshi's turn. That was.
Oh no, that's right. He just
resolving his
cleared.
farm.
Yeah. Well, no. He failed the block on CRH. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Or did he clear card pull?
No, I believe that Bryce is still on the play here. Hopefully we can get confirmation of this.
Yeah, I would very much like to know as well.
But if Bryce is on the play here and he's got enough attacks in his hand,
he's got 2 momentum as well.
He could force Emerson to discard to 2 cards.
I think Bryce can take this right now.
Depends on what's in his hand.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got the attacks, though. I don't think he's got it.
He doesn't have the attacks. That's right.
But that is a high seas adventure. That's going to be really, really good against Scorch Wheel or
and another and the Ever Hopeful. So he gets to build with him and the Agile.
I would have held that Agile.
I would have too.
That's a high block, and you need high blocks against this deck.
Oh, okay. Now this is where it gets a little grindy.
Yeah, I think this match is going to go long now.
He's gonna. Oh no.
He's going to review a card right-handed. He's going in.
He's going in dry. He's got the transform in hand.
Well, he draws a foundation.
Nothing.
Draws a foundation.
Nothing.
That's a foundation.
Final betrayal.
But is that turbocharge?
No.
Okay, so we have a Tengu Dive and
revoke Tengu Dive and a Kama Itachi, which is ranged. Now.
You got to use that high seas adventure on that.
Immediately. Now the other issue we run into here is, how do you bluff this? How do you bluff this scenario?
Yeah, because Emerson has to convince Bryce that he's got enough things going on
to make him remove
the high seas adventure early. Because if he holds the high seas adventure and he forces that Tengu Dive to stay in his card pool, all he's got to do is block.
The thing is, I wish we could see what other cards he has. Okay, so he's going to form.
Make him discard a card.
Yep. Forms down the 8K. Puts it on. I like that he puts the cards he brings down to the side. Make sure he has a proper count.
Yeah, it makes it easier to keep track of.
Yeah. So he makes him discard.
What does Bryce have in his hand? I see a Templar, I think.
I think
he's telling right now.
Yeah, he's going quick. I do see Templar though. I think I see Dodge.
I see at least one Templar. There might be 2.
I think it's 2 actions.
He's moving his cards so fast.
That's the nervous
He's incredibly nervous right now.
Yeah, that's incredibly nervous indeed. Because you don't ever just do this unless you're just like, oh god. Yeah, there's Dodge Templar.
I see Dodge Templar. I want to know what the 3rd card is.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Okay.
It might be a 2nd Templar.
If it's 2 Templars and a Dodge, that puts Bryce in a really good position.
Yeah, he has so much defense right now. It might actually just be 2 Templars Dodge. Now.
And he has an Ever Hopeful. That's another block for him.
And he has 2 momentum. It is in fact 2 Templars, 1 Dodge, and Ever Hopeful now.
And I think you block with the Ever Hopeful here.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. It looks like it. And then of course High Seas is just sitting there waiting for that Tengu Dive. But what if he doesn't do that?
Well, let's see what he ends up doing. While we're waiting for this to proceed along, I just want to talk to folks a little bit about Dex Protection.
Yeah.
They hooked us up with these great deck boxes for the people who made Elimination.
Right.
The $30, I think it's 550 double-sleeved cards can fit in here. Solid wood construction, 10 high-powered magnets to keep it closed.
And even some of our top 8, competitors this weekend were surprised at the durability, and the room that you have in the car.
The wood construction.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
custom made.
Everybody who played in the singles got a 2-deck box just for playing through round 7.
Yeah.
So thank you to Dex Protection for getting those for us. We really appreciate it.
And check out their website. Is DexProtectors.com?
DexProtection.com. And that's spelled DEX for Dex. Not
exactly.
So check them out. We really thank them for that.
Right.
All right, and remember, following this is the Singles World Championship. It's Tim Keefe as Pharaoh Man versus Yari Melkor as Turwin. They're going for that championship belt, and they're going for being immortalized on card.
Expect that match. Yeah, expect that match to be aggressive, by the way.
So Bryce is at 19 now. Emerson is at 12. I'm surprised he blocked with the Templar there. I had expected him to block with Ever Hopeful.
I wish I could have told you otherwise, but it looks like he's just sitting here and playing the stall game so well. That's when the air wall really comes into effect. What we saw with Garrett earlier on in the tournament. His air wall was so effective at just blocking, playing defense.
All right.
But Bryce doesn't
petrol
play
power.
reversals.
There's 2 more damage there. And he's going to He has another hi-fi stereo, so he's going to discard another card. So he's still got Dodge, Templar, and I can't quite make it out.
Dodge, Templar, Ever Hopeful, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. So no matter what happens, he has blocks. He has dodge.
He has blocks for days.
He could actually just dodge the.
I would dodge the Tengu Dive.
Yeah, just dodge Tengu Dive and not have to worry about even blocking at that point. Yep, I would just dodge this straight up. Ooh,
and he's got to commit 2 foundations.
Commit. I would do it.
I think you have to here.
You show.
You don't win by drawing, especially in the elimination. Draw is not an option here. We're not playing the clock right now.
Exactly. There is no clock.
And I just want to make everybody aware, we are actually broadcasting this live at Level Up Expo in Las Vegas, Nevada. The UFS community is able to watch this on the big screen here in front of us.
And they can see the competitors off to the right as well.
Yeah, let's scroll up a little bit. Let's zoom out a little bit. See the look on the teammates' faces as they're watching this super stressful.
Yeah.
All right, let's look right at Will.
Oh my goodness, you can tell the
stress has got to be about killing
him. Exactly.
He just won a clutch match against Sasquatch.
And JC actually looks the most calm out of the 3.
Which is surprising because he lost.
He lost, yeah. And of course we get our community manager, Shane Duckworth.
Yeah, Shane Duckworth is fantastic for Jasco Games. He manages the community. He's the CCG director. He is the lifeblood of UFS. And I definitely thank him for everything that he does every single day.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's go back to the game.
While we're focusing in, I just want to say thank you to everybody else at Jasco Games.
Right.
Mike in the warehouse, other Mike, who's
Mohawk Mike,
Mike, who's being really helpful with us on this stream, and of course Jason Horonsky for bringing this game back from the dead.
Exactly.
And of course JT, our graphic designer.
Well, he's given us these amazing foil art cards in Street Fighter. The designs for the mats himself.
These are the best foils I have ever seen.
They look phenomenal. They really do.
Did you see the Cammy from the next upcoming Street Fighter
the secret,
set?
Yeah.
So that has been revealed. The secret character is an alternate art Cammy where Cammy is upside down with
it's
the text
actually a throwback to the original Cammy that they brought out in the Sabretooth
But
era.
the foiling pattern is
it's beautiful.
Very unique foiling pattern.
It looks beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
Now, I don't know how often they're going to come up in boxes.
Yeah.
But, okay, 16 to 12 right now.
So he did dodge away, and now, here we go.
There comes the ever hopeful. So that is the secret character. We opened many, many, many boxes of Street Fighter this weekend, and we've only seen one of them.
Now, something to note is that the alt art Cammy is actually, I think, a fine choice design-wise, too, because then you don't have a mystery character that's inaccessible to the community.
Right.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier, and I had not noticed this, the alternate art Cammy, her costume matches all of the attacks in the set. Whereas the set Cammy doesn't. So if you want to have her in the same art, you got to get that swag Cammy.
Exactly, it's true.
And I'm sure that card will be available from all of your singles retailers. We want to thank Legendary Wolf Games, our single sponsor, and of course Rochester CCG, which happens to be the place I run.
A little shameless plug every now and then.
You got to help everybody in the community. A rising tide raises all boats.
Exactly.
All right,
now,
so
going back to the match, though, that Sturmwaff is looking kind of juicy on Bryce's side.
It's got 3 speed, and
now,
it's going to get more stats.
This is the awesome part that I would look at here. J-Pop Star, in this scenario, kind of gets around the Cannonade combo, but Emerson has to read into it. Well, he has to read that the Cannonade's coming. Now,
well, what do you do now if you're Bryce? Do you pitch your last momentum to put Bryce on 2 cards, or do you use your last momentum to get Ever Hopeful?
I think you Ever Hopeful. Because in that scenario, he's not going to be able to block anyway.
And he is going to Ever Hopeful here.
No matter how many... Yeah, no matter how many cards you have, you still won't be able to block. He's building instead?
Very unexpected. I think Bryce is going defensively here. He's got to deal with...
Because he did get Athena's Knighted on that Sturmwaff. Wow. What's he thinking? Oh, look at him. He's so frustrated. He knows that he needs to be able to get an attack next turn to settle this.
Well, he's got to get up and over.
Yeah, and the thing is, he still has another Templar as well, doesn't he?
He's shaking his head. He is
he
incredibly frustrated right now.
See, he's checking to see if he's going to draw blocks. He is literally banking on this.
So let's zoom out.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on with their teammates here, because this is a complete nail biter nightmare.
Man,
oh,
William.
Look at William. He looks just completely dejected.
Is so upset right now. I mean, and you have to be this. There's JC showing a little more emotion than he did before. Wow.
I can't believe
teams are so.
This is a completely different dynamic here.
Absolutely. And Bryce.
The pressure here on both of these men, on Bryce and Emerson, incredible.
Yeah. You can even see from the Emerson hand cam there, Bryce just looks ready. He just looks ready to block this string that's coming up. He knows it's coming. He has to.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Oh, but
wait a minute.
Emerson does not have a lot of attacks in his hand.
It's true, he does not.
And it looks like he is going to go on the defensive.
What do we got? Actually, I didn't even notice that. He still has the final betrayal in his hand, too.
So it looks like he played. Oh, no, he put caught red-handed in with Turbo Man's form, and then he formed with petrol powered. And here comes the Scorch Wheel.
He's going to attempt to draw as many as he can.
I mean, he's only going to get one here, though.
But is High Seas there or not?
High Seas Adventure
is
I do not see
already used, yeah. There's a transform on the top, so he taps 1 here. Okay. Now, Mathematician.
He's considering committing the Mathematician.
I don't know why. The face downs are right there.
Well, Mathematician does give him a damage bonus as a response. Can we bring up Mathematician for the folks home to look at?
Oh, he's counting the number of uniques he has.
Right, because it gets +2 damage before
and
the damage.
There aren't that many uniques. There's only Ever Hopeful, if I recall correctly.
So the normal mode people use Mathematician for is E destroyed. After your opponent's attack resolves, turn it face down. Really good for stopping combos.
He did see a Sturmwaff in his hand. I didn't see the other card he drew.
And then our commit before the block step. This tech gets 2 damage for every unique.
Right.
Which right now is just Ever Hopeful. And since the Mathematician's committed, there's no danger to Bryce to not use the Ever Hopeful at this time.
Right. All right. Well, I know he drew 1 attack off the Scorch Wheel.
Yeah, Emerson's getting a little aggressive there. Do you see how handsy he got shooing him away there?
Yeah.
You know, I have to admit, as a player, that would frustrate me a lot. You know, my domain, my playmat is my domain.
Exactly.
Don't come over into my domain unless you ask permission.
Exactly.
And you know, Emerson's got his character card on his playmat, so you're encroaching
a little bit
on
of his
space.
deck too. You can see at the top there.
Oh, you're right. He keeps pushing further and further forward.
It's as if he's trying to take over. He's taking everything from Bryce.
It's a very subtle mind game. Over time, that would get to me, and I could imagine, especially after that little shooing thing there.
Yeah, the shooing. Ooh. See, this is terrifying. He has to be shaking. And you can see him rocking back and forth.
Yeah. This is a high-stress situation. I don't think the game's over by any means.
No.
Bryce is in an
game
incredibly good defensive position here.
Yeah.
But, you know, Emerson is doing things that might get on his nerves.
Yeah.
You know, shooing him away from his own thing.
What's he revoking?
What is he revoking? I did not see what Bryce had done.
I didn't see either.
But he did. Looks like he did just Ever Hopeful away.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, you know, I think if Bryce puts his hand back, I bet you he just had a Videophobia revoked. Because I don't see that card anymore.
That's true.
So this is not going to be a full block. It's going to be a partial block.
Yeah, he does have Final Betrayal in his hand, but Ever Hopeful and Templar, they're all mids, and he drew a Sturmwaff.
Final Betrayal is not the worst choice here, though.
No, it's not.
He's going to take half damage.
Yeah, he will take, but he checked a 2.
Oh, that's bad news, Bears. That is unfortunate. This is a big decision here. Now he's got to know he's going to
Satoshi commits out.
I think that's the right decision.
Yeah,
because he's going to be partial blocking for the rest of the turn.
Yeah, and you still have Champion of Muay Thai and Dust in the Wind. So 12 to 11. Yeah, takes 4 off that.
Now he has to block with the Templar next.
Absolutely. The Templar is very crucial here. Now here's a transform. There's a big tell here. It's over, I think. Yeah, on this sweep if he draws attacks off the Tengu Dive.
Yeah, I think you're right because he's still got a Sturmwaff in his hand. He's got a Tengu Dive in his hand.
And there's only 2 mid blocks.
Hold on a second. He just checked to Tengu Dive. He's got to commit 4 foundations here.
1. Oh, no, 5.
5.
Final Betrayal.
You're right. This is going to cost Emerson big. Every time we want to call it over, something keeps happening that keeps it going. I
the
just,
excitement.
I can't believe this match. I'm getting stressed out
he
here.
has to check a 7 for that Tengu dive.
And if he checks another 2,
it's a wrap. Yeah,
it's not a wrap. He's still got J Pop Star. That is a big ultimatum to have on the table.
It is the cannonade stopper. The problem is, Bryce has a momentum and an ever hopeful.
You know, I got to take back what I said earlier. I think he has to block with ever hopeful next, so that he can take one of those precious foundations.
Exactly. It is not looking good. Final betrayal. Emerson shaking his head. You can see he's just
because that. So that stopped his turn dead.
Entirely cold, but he does get to play the CRH, the card handed.
That was an absolutely clutch final betrayal followed by a one
There was nothing he could have done there. Final betrayal may or may not
have just saved this match for Bryce's team.
Wow, but the thing to note, he's about to cycle.
That's bad news.
That's really bad news.
Well,
and we know his only cards in hand are Templar Ever Hopeful.
So you know he's not going to get a cannonade back.
No.
Oh, he checked another bad check there.
Wow.
So Emerson's in a really good defensive position. Yeah. He has 2 copies of 8,000 Degrees.
And a J-Pop Star.
He's got J-Pop Star. He's got caught red-handed.
A lot of answers here.
A lot of good answers here.
Yeah.
And
now,
Bryce is about to cycle.
This is so he has to draw up to his hand size that he can, and then cycle, which is
he doesn't have enough cards.
4 cards. Yeah.
He's got to draw them all. I would have reviewed here.
I would have.
Well, no, he had ever hopeful Templar though.
Yeah, he couldn't have. Yeah, he needs those pieces.
He needs those 2 cards.
Now he's guaranteed to not get an attack. At least out of the cards that he had left, right?
Well, I don't know what was left in his deck.
We don't know. Yeah, we're about to find out in the hand cam. He just kind of put them down.
So in UFS, after you run out of cards, because this hasn't came up the whole weekend on stream.
No.
You
ironically enough, the 2 aggro characters are going to time. Wow, that's a lot of attacks. That's a lot of cannonades.
That's a lot of cannonades.
Wow.
This match just became a lot more difficult for Bryce.
Incredible.
And
oh man, is there any way that we could see those and a little better view?
Yeah, I want to see what ended up getting reviewed. What does?
Because I know I saw a couple of cannonades there.
You could tell that Emerson almost seems annoyed that this match is still going on. He's got to be wondering to himself, what do I got to do to put this guy away?
And
he played a final betrayal. I checked a 1. That should have been my turn.
Yeah, I mean, now this is we get to see the hand. Oh, I really want to see Bryce's hand. He's reaching over. Emerson looks frustrated.
Did you see how he reached over?
He snatched it.
And you could see the frustration in Emerson's eyes. Like, now you're playing my game.
Yeah,
exactly. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like it when people reach into his stage.
And his team is just sitting there behind him like, this might be it. Oh, man, I want to see his hand. I need to see how many attacks he has.
Well, you got to remember, he has a Tengu dive.
Sagaki. There's a Sagaki.
He has a Tengu dive in his hand, though. That's a high lock.
There's a Sagaki offering right there.
But he starts off by checking a 3.
Oh, no. Comes in.
Well, how many cards are in Emerson's hand? Because this may be the time where you make him pitch one of those cards.
If I was Emerson, I would have looked at my opponent's discard pile before the cycle phase. I would have at least looked to see how many attacks were in there. Because a deck like this is only playing at least 19, maybe. 18 at like the minimum.
Can we bring up J-Pop Star for the kids at home? Because that card is really important.
He pitches the low block because he knows he doesn't have any low attacks. That makes sense. There's the attack.
That does get a Sturmwaffle out of his hand.
Yeah.
So
J-Pop
Star.
Rough.
And it's kind of spelled kind of funny. It's got a J, then a hyphen.
Yeah.
J-Pop Star.
Yeah.
I've never listened to J-Pop. I listened to some K-pop before the other night at the Korean barbecue.
Oh, how was that?
So it was really good. J-Pop Star is a high block, so you don't even necessarily want to put it in your opponent's hand. And it has Void First E, remove from the game, pay X Vitality, discard an attack from the card pool.
Yeah. Now, an interesting thing to note, we did see Emerson check 2 really poor checks earlier on the last turn. So if he does J-Pop Star here, he needs to get lucky. He needs to telegraph this.
Emerson's got to be running out of attacks. We know he still has that Tengu dive.
If he J-Pops here, it kicks the Sagaki out. You don't get the Satoshi form.
You're right, because the attack wouldn't resolve.
You don't get it. It would not resolve. You do not get that. And Emerson,
look behind Bryce right now.
Oh
Look
my
at
goodness, William.
He's wondering, is Bryce going to be able to put this guy away?
Yeah, he's.
Oh, there's JC again.
There's Tengu Dive in his hand for a block as well. Oh my goodness.
Emerson's in an excellent defensive position right now.
Yeah.
And that's what this is.
Is he going to take the damage? Oh, he's going to check. He's going to check the draw. He makes the check.
And he checked a 5 there, so he is going to get the draw card.
Did check a
if he doesn't get caught red-handed.
Yeah. I think that you do it anyway.
Do you caught red-handed here?
I think you do it anyway, because no matter what happens in this situation, you got to deal with ever hopeful.
He's going to caught red-handed.
Okay.
If he does that here, I think that's a mistake.
You think so? Why?
Yes. Well, I would assume, considering how many cards that Bryce has held in his hand, at least one of them's got to be a Templar. And I would rather have that. I'd rather stop that Templar life.
That's true. However, we do know that there's no more Ophidiophobia.
That's true.
Which means you're more
likely to have to partial block.
Yeah, exactly. And if you partial, I mean, that's, that's still damage.
Okay. And Emerson's really thinking about this here. He's taking his time.
I think you take the risk, personally.
This is a tough decision here, because this could make or break you.
I think
depending on what Bryce draws if you don't.
Exactly. I think you personally take the risk here, and then you first enhance. Kick it out. You do not give him any card advantage. Which means you take half printed up. Is that correct?
That's correct. Well, if he caught red-handed here,
which he will,
then J Popstar's first hands. You've robbed him of 2 cards.
Exactly. You just deny him, straight up.
You robbed him.
You are literally just taking everything from him at that point. I think you just do J Popstar here and deny everything. I don't know if he considers it an option, but I would. Is he?
No, he is. He's going to block with the Templar.
Checks it.
He checks it.
Over the top, yeah. Right. Looks like he got it.
So
he wants to make sure that even on the half, I don't agree with this.
So he's going to gain 2.
Yep.
That'll put him up to 13.
And then he'll lose 3.
He'll lose 3. So it puts him down to 10.
He gets 2 in hand.
But he gets 2 cards. And one of them was a Scorch
Wheel.
So Bryce has got to end this here.
Oh, my goodness.
But that J Popstar is got to be on Bryce's mind right
exactly.
now.
I mean, he's at 10 vitality. He's in prime position to use it.
How many attacks are in Bryce's hand? That's what it comes down to.
I don't think he has any. I think he might have 2. I think I see an orange card there.
All right, we're going to back out and kind of see what is going on with the teammates right now, because this has got to be a nail-biter for them, even more for us.
Oh, well.
Oh, my gosh. Look.
Oh, no, the Sasquatch.
Oh, look at Benjamin. His head's just down on the table. He's giving up on life right now.
William has still got his hands on his face.
All right.
Is that overhopeful?
Let's zoom in real quick here.
Oh, no, it's an attack.
It's an attack. He's going to go in here.
What is that? I can't tell.
We'll find out what it is. We'll find out real quick. What is it?
It's Sensetsukon Kogeki. I've seen this card before.
What does that card even do?
That is the one that lets you add a card to your momentum from your hand.
That's a big deal right now.
That is a big deal.
Ever hopeful.
Yeah. Now, if he does that, that's a major deal.
Because he can get a momentum off this.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And it's from your hand, though. So the risk is huge.
But if you can get that, that in,
and you have another attack, you get the J-Pop out of the way.
Get rid of that J-Pop star, and you're really in this.
Now,
he's still got to get through 8,000 degrees.
Right. Oh, better yet, though. What if he's trying to get him into prime position to where he won't be able to activate J-Pop?
True.
He can get him low enough. Now, I'm not saying that there's going to be like a copious amount of attacks following, but he hasn't checked bad yet, so I mean he could have a ton of attacks to work with here.
Yeah, I haven't had a good chance to see.
He adds 1.
He's going to get that momentum, and I'm certain he's
going to.
He may use it for Satoshi's ability.
How many cards does Emerson have, though?
He drew 2 cards off the Templar. He has 3.
Oh,
So he can either rob him of a card, or he can put.
I don't know.
Emerson's thinking about popping that J-Pop star there, though.
I don't think it's worth it, personally.
Well, and that's happening.
Oh, no.
So he's going to pay, I believe, 2 vitality.
2 vitality, yeah, because it's rounded up.
So he's going to go down to 8. Yeah. 12 to 7.
Yeah.
There's the Ever Hopeful. That's coming down.
Oh, no. Here's the last attack.
I think this might be it.
This could be the end of the game.
Because I think he's got 2 or 3 attacks in his hand.
He has a Tengu Dive or a Scorch in his hand, I believe.
Now, Bryce doesn't have
No, Emerson.
Is that a cannon out?
I can't see.
All right, let's put a fork in. I think this is it. All right, so
That's
Ever Hopeful is going to put away.
Oh my God! Wait! How much damage can it come across for though? He has 8,000 degrees. 2 of them.
I think you put the AK away here right now because that's going to save you 2 damage.
This is risky business.
I mean, he's going for it here.
Yeah.
And all we can do is watch. I can see from our booth here right now. I can see JC and William right now. They're quietly talking off to the side.
Yeah, they're trying to figure this out.
They're looking pretty confident. They don't have the anguish on their face that they did before.
Is that the year 200X by any chance that I see there?
It is. So he's going to force Emerson to discard a card.
My goodness.
No, he can't. He can't. I'm sorry. He's not in desperation.
He's not.
But
No. The year 200X is a first E.
But he's already activated Ever Hopeful.
Oh, did he? Oh, he did already activate. He had to make a decision.
Yep.
Yeah.
But look at them. Can you see them here from the broadcast booth?
Yeah, I can see them. Yeah,
they are looking much calmer than they did before.
Yeah.
I think
now, the idea here is that he has another attack in hand.
He has 2.
Yeah.
He has 2.
Yeah. And then he just forces the game on the tier 200.
Yeah, because you have to block here. This is a must block.
Oh, yeah. Bryce is in the driver's seat. I mean, this is it.
Bryce still looks a little nervous, though.
I would be, too. I mean, you never know. He might have a 0 high. Might check a 5. And actually, can we pull up?
There's Jason Horonsky. He's the CEO of Jasco Games. He's.
Can we pull up Tengu Dive by any chance?
Yeah, let's pull up Tengu Dive.
I'm not sure what the block is on it.
That is a +1 high.
Is it a +1
So he may
high?
have to sacrifice his Tengu Dive.
That's fine. You don't want to give him the win here. Let's see if we can.
But there with a +1 high, Cannonades coming in on 5 speed.
Yeah.
So you need a 5, 6, 7. He's going to commit 2 foundations here. Yeah. If he, with that Ever Hopeful, he could force his opponent to commit out and then skate right across to victory. And that's providing he checks well.
Okay, so let's see what we do here. So that is a Mechanical Genius in his hand, correct? Which is a +2?
+2 high.
Yeah. Check a 5, right? Check a 5 or die. Oh no, that wasn't in his hand. That was Bryce's card. So he still does have the.
So he puts the AK in his hand as expected. The AK here, if you try to half block this, that's going to be on a 9. Yeah. He can't pass the block.
No.
So this is a must block.
Yeah.
Has to block here because.
Okay, so let's see this right now. Oh, he's shaking. He's trying to. Mathematician won't do much here.
Why did he turn his Mathematician face down?
Oh no. Oh, he apologized. He's using it to make sure that it doesn't get cleared from the card pool.
Well, it wouldn't clear from the card pool.
It wouldn't clear from the card pool anyway.
Because we already Satoshi for him. So it's at +2 damage, so it's a 5 high for 7.
I don't know why he did that.
I mean, he had nothing to lose at this point. Maybe he's concerned about a combo.
Yeah. However.
All right, what is the... Could I get the damage from our camera crew on the Cannonade at this point?
It's at 7. I see 2. I see the 2 on the dice.
Okay, I thought I always...
Oh, it's 3.
So this is at 10.
Wow.
So even with an 8,000 degrees, that's still
it's a must block.
It's must block. You must block here, Emerson.
Block or lose.
You have to block with the Tengu Dive. And that's going to cost him big. And if he fails the block here, so he needs...
Here comes... It's
5,
an additional
6,
7. 5?
6, 7.
Got it.
But he can't block anymore.
Can't block anymore.
And that's put a fork in it. It's done.
That's it.
And look at the look on Bryce's face right now. That is a huge relief.
Well, wait a minute. He might not have enough damage. Oh no, he does. He has plenty of damage, I think. Does he get it to 6? He only gets it to 6.
I'm pretty sure he has another attack in his hand, though.
It depends. I mean, are we sure though? Are we positive?
And I think he can get a damage from Flawed Energy Core. He's discarded a card from his card pool.
He puts it to 6. Yeah. Which is so.
I could have swore
scary.
I saw another attack in his hand.
I don't know. I mean, Yeah, we don't know what to see.
If he's got 2 cards, it's Ever Hopeful Templar.
I think he's just pressing,
No, he's got 3.
He's got 3. Okay,
yeah,
this is over.
This is over.
This is a game.
But and
we don't.
And what amazes me about Bryce, he's not giving the towel that it's over.
No, not at all.
He's going to make Emerson think that this is going to grind into another turn.
And you know where this situation first started from? I think he drew into those cards. Yeah.
So that's coming in for 6 right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to put him to 1. And then as long as he doesn't somehow check like a 0.
Yeah, I mean, he has a revoke in hand.
But I don't think that's going to do anything.
It's not going to do anything. He's got a revoke AK. This is over. I think this is 100% over.
Well, we're going to go through this as a formality.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you got to do it. It's. Yeah.
Yeah, Emerson looks pretty dejected right now.
Let's see if we can.
Because Emerson knows that if Bryce has another attack,
yeah,
that this is over. And you see Shane Duckworth.
Oh no, this is the worst situation to be in.
Look at how he does not
he
like
knows.
what's going
He
on.
knows it's over.
He's kind of in the stages of depression,
Oh,
stages of loss.
Wait for the
I
acceptance.
think right now he's in denial.
Yeah.
And he's going to be going to acceptance pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Now Bryce won't call it over till he says it's over.
Right.
What is?
And we see our other finalist, Tim Keefe, in the background there, watching the game from afar.
Yeah, Tim Keefe is going to be taking on Garrett Brett at the conclusion.
Or no,
I'm sorry,
Yari
Melchor. He just played Garrett
just
Brett.
played Garrett, yeah.
At the conclusion of this match for the World Championship.
Is this? Wait, hold on.
He hasn't flawed energy card yet, has he? Because he gets the +1 free stats from.
Yeah, he does. Well, here's the other thing. He has 3 cards in his hand, not 2.
One of them is an attack. I saw orange. I swear I saw orange. Emerson can't block. It's too fast.
It's too fast. Yeah, this is looking like it's going to be over.
But Emerson's going to make him earn it.
Yeah.
But even with a +1 high block, he can't pass the check.
Not at all. This is a wrap, I think.
Let's see what happens next. I mean, I hope Bryce doesn't punt it away.
Yeah.
Because if he... All right, what just happened there? I don't... So it's coming in for 6 right
damage,
now.
yeah.
That's going to put Emerson to 1. Now, Bryce hasn't... I don't think Bryce has given away
No, he
that
hasn't.
he has another attack.
The thing is, he's checked so well this entire time, too.
And he doesn't have 1s in his deck. The worst he can check at 2.
2, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, because he has literally a million foundations.
Exactly. This is over. Yeah. And, you can really tell where they went all in on the aggressive. And it just backfired.
Look at Emerson, very, very dejected.
And he made a lot of poor decisions.
You know, I'm inclined to disagree. I think Emerson tried to play defensively. He did have a path to victory, and we just saw Bryce's hand. It's got a Sturmwaff Everfull Templar in it.
I agree to an extent. My reasoning here is he didn't read Final Betrayal.
Yeah, that.
He
and
played
that
into
one.
it.
All right, so he's. And look at how
dejected,
just resolved he is when he threw his dice away.
There's the Sturmwaff.
Oh, he checked it too. All right, so got to decide what to commit here.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
And he's going to get tons of free stats there.
He's going to get 2 speed on it. It's going to be
speed,
unblockable
2
in the
damage.
situation. Wait. He can revoke that. Does he have a high block?
I don't know. He does.
Does he have another Tengu dive?
No.
Okay.
I don't think he can block. He's still got 2 progressive difficulty.
Well, here's the thing.
So there it is.
There
it's
it is.
over.
Okay,
it's
all right.
over.
He takes it.
Wow, can't believe it.
There he is, and our new champions.
Look at those teams right there.
And
that is our new champions.
JC Fuentes. We have William Bryan. And then we have Bryce.
Bryce Cross. Congratulations, guys. That was incredible. Oh,
and look at the heartbreaker on Emerson.
That is heartbreak. That is defeat.
And that's
Emerson was so close.
And that's going to sit there for a long
match.
time.
And Emerson, I think, is going to be thinking about this for months.
And here we see the 2 sides of the coin. We see the heartbreak and the victory
and defeat. And Emerson is absolutely dejected.
Yeah,
he is taking this hard.
And it's different. There's the handshake. Handshakes come across.
That's an incredible run, though.
As a team, you put together
last minute.
Not even last minute. You just met.
You walk up to the counter.
That is
an incredible
run.
I
need a team.
They have nothing to be embarrassed about.
Wow.
With no preparation.
Amazing.
And congratulations to the Black Bear Diner.
Excellent.
So they are going to win the UFS Team Championship belts. They're going to win the opportunity to design and
Their
do the
own
art
card.
direction, their own card. What an amazing victory. What an amazing match.
They have to be so I'm actually impressed that they're putting their cards away so calmly. You know, congratulations again.
Yeah, absolutely.
To
Congratulations.
the Black Bear Diner.
The Black Bear Diner.
Excellent.
Amazing match.
Excellent.
You know, that was such a nail biter.
There really was, yeah. I mean,
and, you know, we kept calling it over back and forth, back and forth.
It was such a nail biter. Absolutely, 100% agree with you.
You know,
and there we go.
I don't even know what to say. That was just an incredible
match.
Tell you,
yeah, no, that was incredible. Well played from everybody. I'm more impressed that we went to the last game, last set. We got to see a real match.
And that last game, the amount of pressure on those two gentlemen.
100%.
When I won my first champ card, I sat. We were in a rainy store in Montreal.
Right.
I was playing with Kevin Broberg, Christine O'Brien.
Right.
Kevin Broberg won his game in about 2 minutes, and Christine O'Brien lost her game in about half an hour.
Right.
My match went on for almost 3 hours, and I'm just sitting there. You know, I'm nervous. I'm chewing my nails down. I think to myself, can this just end?
Exactly.
Can it just end one way or the other so I can be out from underneath this stress?
Right.
And
there you go.
And that's the sign of victory right there. You got it. You win. You get that big prize.
Good for them. And I guess we're gonna get an interview with the team.
I think so.
Or maybe a representative.
I don't know if we have enough headsets.
Maybe we can get Bryce back here. Bryce.
Yeah, we talked to Bryce about his match.
Exactly. That'd be great.
So we're gonna probably step away for a little bit, get set up for an interview, and then following that is the main event. We have Tim Keefe playing Pharaoh Man versus Iari Melkor
on
playing Turbo Man. We have to watch another Turbo Man.
So many turbos, but the thing is, this Turbo Man list, I hope you guys are excited. It's going to be a lot different. You're not ready.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it quite yet, but we're going to get the list in front of us, and we're going to watch a real match.
Absolutely.
Both incredible players.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to do an interview after a short break
with Bryce.
With Bryce,
yeah,
if he's available, if he's willing.
Yeah.
And we'll be back in just a couple minutes, and we'll see you shortly. Okay.
Seems good.
All right. Talk to you soon.